folks, we have been tasked. Well, first of all, let me tell you who the hell we are. Corey Murphy, Murph Nuge.
Johnny Lassiter, artist formerly known as Sergeant Lassiter when I was back in the Battalion 1st Marines a long time ago.
Yeah. So, we have been tasked with the 3-1 Association, of which we were both a part and are still a part, I believe, to maybe do a podcast of sorts. And it's going to be an audio and visual podcast. For those of you that are watching, you already know about the visual aspect.
Just real down and dirty what we're going to be doing for the next, 35, 45 minutes is fighting off wildlife. And then we'll get around to just talk about, we'll talk about a little bit about ourselves. We'll have, later on in podcasts, we'll have guests on. We have a couple of people that we're thinking of, 1 or 2 that are already lined up. And just talk about transitioning from the Marine Corps to the civilian life, the hills and valleys, if you will, the triumphs, the tribulations. For me, and for Murphy, transition was probably smoother for us than for others. But we can just tell you some of the things that we do. Other things we'll be talking about is fitness, nutrition, go ruck, or rucking in general, hiking, camping. And a lot of times we'll get feedback from you guys what you want us to talk about. We're both outdoors, I guess you can call it outdoors men. We're not politically correct.
We are men.
Yeah, so I'm not going to say outdoor person. I'm a man, and
I'm a man too.
He is from what I understand. So after I think I've known Murphy for, goodness gracious, how long now?
03
to like 17 years.
Yeah, it's been a while.
He was there for my daughter. He's as much family as all of you guys are. But most definitely in Murphy's case is, he's only 4 hours away, which is awesome. But he was there for the birth of my daughter. He was there not for the birth of my daughter, but there to help raise her. He knew he's known all my wives. So a lot of people, they're no longer in my life, and a lot of people that are associated with him. He's pretty one that stuck around to see what happens next. He'll probably be there for the next one.
That's a very veteran thing to say. Yeah. He's known all my wives.
He's known all my wives.
So. I don't know how good the audio is going to pick up, so we might have to speak up a little bit.
All right. So.
Just because we're doing this on a smartphone, and the way this works is we're going to shoot it MP4 style to the 3-1 president. He's going to edit it, whatever. Hopefully he doesn't take out too much shit.
Whatever magic dust they use.
Yeah, he's going to sprinkle his magic 3-1 fairy dust on it and make it a reality.
I think it's loud enough, though.
I think so. I'm kind of pissed off about that specific bird, whatever the hell it is up there.
We are outdoors. This is Murph's property. So he sits on this lovely house on 10 acres.
I don't sit on the house. I sit on the...
I think that's the term you use, though. I think the term you use is like...
sit on the house?
This house sits on 10 acres.
Oh, yeah, okay.
There we go.
I thought you were saying I sit on the house.
Well, we are.
That'd be strange.
We're actually going to talk for 45 minutes about what we're doing right now, sitting on the house.
Just some random bullshit for 45 minutes, so buckle up, fuckers.
Which is what we do when there's no video here.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, we had some good ones today. And the last, you came up yesterday, and we just had just some shit that we always go. What's great about a podcast or a video is you always go, man. And Micah did this to me recently. He's like, I should have been recording this. Yeah, that's what a podcast is. Somebody always said I should have been recording this, and here we are doing it.
Yeah, I talked to him for like 15 or so minutes, and that'd been a great opportunity to. Micah, you should have showed the interview. Like, hey, these are your new hosts for the 3-1. Have we decided the name of it?
No, well, okay.
The Armory.
So anybody that knows 3-1, you know the logo. It's the bull, the balls of the Corps, right? It's got the bull with the giant sack. I thought about from the sack originally. I don't know that that's going to be allowed. We'll see what happens. I don't know how PC they are. The only thing I know is we can't get racial, we can't get political. So we don't look for that shit.
And we don't want to.
We don't want to because...
Well, we don't want to get... It's not racial. You're not allowed to get racial at all. So we'd appreciate if you refrain from that.
That's not in our nature. Even veteran humor, we never really went there.
Because if you're racist, you're definitely not our target audience. That's one thing that you will lose in any branch of military that I would hope.
Clayton Bigsby, tune in elsewhere.
Yep.
Is what we're saying. As far as political,
and
we have our politic ideas, but we shouldn't talk about them here because, well, like I said, we're not allowed to, and two,
we don't want to.
No, man, I don't give a shit.
You
I
already
hear
know
enough
what's
of it in my daily life. I don't want to talk about it.
So we're not going to talk religion either.
No.
To each their own. What we're going to talk about is just.
I'm a snake handler.
That's what she said.
It is what she said.
That is what she said.
Two-headed hydra.
Yeah. Oh.
Hoosier spitting cobra.
I wouldn't.
Yeah.
I wouldn't know. So what we are going to talk about is again, like I mentioned earlier, is this trend. I think I just swallowed a gnat.
Thank you.
This field op sucks.
Outdoors blows.
We're going to talk about transitioning. You know, for me, I retired in 2013. It's 2019. There's still stuff that I have to, like where I work. I can't. It'd be nice if you could, you know, pull someone in your office and lock the door and then beat the brakes off of them. But you just can't do that anymore. So, but if you have questions later on, especially if you work I work in an office environment, so you have to be, one thing I'm mindful for is what I say and what I do. I'm a totally different person if you know me versus basically the same guy, but also in a lot of ways basically not the same guy at work. So you have to be careful in what you do and what you say every day. So I found that, you know, if you treat people with respect and dignity when you're not at work, then that would not be a problem once you get there. So and don't get drawn into and think, you know, everything is a trick. Don't get drawn into any conversations you think or any acts you think is going to get you. You wouldn't normally do anyway. So you don't have to, as a Marine in the civilian sector, you don't have to fit into anybody's spectrum or thought process of what you should be. You already moved your bones. You already paid your dues. You got your eagle of an anchor. So you already became something more than most people would even fathom. If they had a general idea of what you are, they wouldn't try to draw you into anything that you shouldn't be in anyway. So that was pretty deep. It hurts.
Yeah, I quit digging about 2 words into that diatribe. That's like I'm go.
Yeah, that was pretty good.
See ya.
That was pretty good though, wasn't it?
Runaway gun is what I heard.
Barrel change. Let's hear it.
No, man. So I think we're just going to talk about whatever the hell pops into our mind. I don't think like you said, we both do a lot of outdoorsy stuff. We both do the rucking, or as we called it in the Marine Corps, humping. We did a lot of stuff like that. So you're going to see a lot of that peppered in there. We also talked about calling it from the Armory.
From the Armory.
Because we were both in the Armory for a good portion of time. I don't know if we're going to go that route or not. I don't know. I feel like Micah's going to just throw a name on this thing, can it, send it out to the world, and y'all are going to drink it or whatever. So, whatever it's packaged as, that's what we'll call it.
I do like the Armory, though. I like that. A lot better than I do from the sack.
Yeah, you think so?
Yeah. So keep going. You're doing great.
That's like the reason I liked the sack thing was I thought it was kind of like the sack carried the balls, and it still does for most of us.
It was.
Unless you're like Caitlin Jenner.
When you told me about it, when I was back sitting on my porch, I was like 8 beers in. It sounded great. It still sounds great. You know,
most of my
by the time this podcast
fantastic.
is over, it's gonna sound great.
8 beers in, my ideas always sound great. Later, I've got song ideas, man, that I've written down or something, and I'll read them later and go, what the hell does potato water mean? And then I have to figure it out. And it took me seriously 3 months to go, what the hell's potato water? And I go, oh, fuck, that's vodka. I had to think about it one day. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, we're just going to kind of, like I said, rant and talk about whatever the hell we want.
Let's talk about what we did this weekend.
What did we do this weekend?
Man, what did we do this weekend? We did a Go Ruck challenge.
What's Go Ruck?
Go Ruck? We don't have the time for that. But
Why
you
don't
can
we?
find out. Well, we don't have, because it's only 45 minutes long. What is Go Ruck? It's basically, you know what, talk about backpacks. That's what it is. For those, my fellow grunts out there, it's basically an expensive backpack that you put on your back. You sign up to go do events to see if you still got it. You challenge yourself physically and mentally, make a couple of friends along the way, and get a beer at the end and a patch. People say, are you doing this for a patch? No, the patch is just the added incentive. I'm doing it to see if I can still do it.
But, I mean, a lot of people, it's like a lot of things. You're drawn in for different reasons. You'll hear some people that come there to find out who they are, some people that just want to get social and find out who other people are. Some people just want to get active and don't give a shit about the patch or any of that stuff. Some people are just there because, well, they think a beer at the end sounds fantastic, and it always does.
It does.
I mean, you're going to, I don't know. So we'll go into GoRuck specifically in a whole separate podcast, but really, it was a backpack company that ended up setting themselves up as a bridging the gap type thing, kind of what you were talking about, the transition from military to civilian life. And it just turned into a whole lot bigger thing than I think they originally intended. And it's brought a lot of cool people into my life. It brought you back around for a different reason. That was cool.
Yeah, because I was MIA for a while, so yeah, this is definitely. I mean, I'm down here this weekend. I'll be back. And now we're doing the podcast, so I'll be back next month to do this again. And then, like I said, we have an event coming up. You'll be down my way in November for another 26 miler. So yeah, it's definitely. And I got a chance to, to hang out with your family other than just you, because I've known you for 17 years and never really met your mom and dad or otherwise. I heard about them.
I've never met my mom and dad. You lucky bastard.
They're real.
They are right here.
But mostly, like Murphy said, we'll get into more stuff like that later, and this is more of an introduction. Some of you guys know who we are. Other 301 stations don't. I came on with 3-1 in because of the trailers in Lima Company first platoon in 2000 and what, 2? Yeah, 2000.
Sure.
Roughly 2002, because I came off the 11th U. I was with trailers at the time, in around 2002, and I was there until approximately almost 2007. So did a couple of deployments with them, but always in first platoon or headquarters when I was in the Armory. But it was headquarters. Is basically it was Murph's barbecue inside there. He definitely knew what was going on. I was just a guy that signed the paperwork until at the Gunny Wilson, Sergeant Major Wilson, that site count was up, and in most cases it was.
Learning what was going on in there was a bunch of hard-fought lessons. You got to figure I had like 3 different company gunnies that I reported to over the time I was in there.
That was because we had Gunny Eckhoff.
Yeah, I had Gunny Eckhoff, had Hertz, and then Wilson.
I only had a limited time with Wayne as far as, but mostly Eckhoff has been most definitely David Wilson. So like that, he will always be known to me as my gunny. That is, yeah. I think I'm not getting choked up as that gnat I swallowed. So, but definitely a good piece of gear. I dig them. So.
He is kind of like gear. You can almost throw him in your ruck and take him somewhere. He's a wee feller.
Well,
I don't think he could be contained by your pack, though. He's a
we were
motivated fella.
He was strong. He was wiry. He actually climbed up to whip your ass. He'd jump all over you and choke you.
I would welcome the challenge. He can give you a moto speech at the end, too.
Yeah, and give a moto speech at the end. So.
Yeah. I don't know what everybody's, I guess, experiences were with 3-1. If you're watching this, you're probably a 3-1 Marine or Gold Star family. Yeah, either way, thank you.
Yeah, almost did the Homelander. You're the real hero.
If you guys don't watch The Boys, you guys need to watch it on Amazon Prime. It's amazing. But yeah, I mean, everybody has their own experiences. We see people on the 3-1 Facebook Haze Yourself page. Mm-hmm. We'll see people there that I'm like, dude, you got to be in like during NOM.
Yeah, there's one guy that was there like in 98, 99, so.
There's guys that were there before that, even.
I think it's the one that Mike Aaron's the book writer.
I don't know, but I know whatever your experience is, maybe you don't know us, maybe you do know us. Like Johnny said, if you know us, chances are from the Armory window is where you've seen us, like this much of us. And we weren't being dicks when we told you that your weapon wasn't clean. It was probably Gunny telling us to keep you there longer.
Most likely. Or some of you kind of turned in some weapons that you throw corn on.
Some nasty, carbon-filled
I'm not going to
weapons.
Yeah, what you guys didn't know is, like, if it wasn't clean and we had how many often did we have the armor inspection?
Well, once a month, you had a consolidated monthly report.
If they weren't clean, we had to clean them.
You had CMRs, consolidated monthly report, and then you had what the hell was the other one? I don't know, there was another one. And basically you had battalion come in and you also had the company come in, and they would have to verify everything was in that armory. That's why some of you guys that were boots that got into the armory to basically read serial numbers for us, you kind of got a sneak peek of what it was like.
Boots at the time.
That's like what it was all the damn time for us. And then there was a lot of fuck off time. We had a lot of that. That's what was beautiful about the armory.
And the PX was right across the street.
PX was awesome.
Just walk
That's
across.
where I earned this. That was fantastic. We had a grand old time in there. Made friends with a lot of other company armorers.
That was fun.
I remember the day, were you there when Luby fell off the balcony?
No, but I wish I was.
Luby was an India Company Marine. Some of you guys will know this guy. He's the guy that jumped off, I think in Bahrain, jumped off the pier, swam through that nasty oil, lubricant, diesel fuel water and climbed up the chain onto the ship. That's Luby. Well, Luby was drunk as, well, any other Marine one night.
As per average.
And fell off, I think it was the 4th deck of the barracks. It might have been the 3rd. But they had that weird rounded, like, banister that went around them. It was like rounded concrete, steel pipe with concrete in it. He was balancing on that and fell off of it onto the grass below, like stage dived, and nobody caught it. Like, he went belly flopping on there. Came in, either the next day or the day after, looked like he had had an airbag deploy in his face. Like, he just had, it was just bruised, black.
Beat the brakes right off him.
Beat the shit out of this guy. And we asked him, and man, he didn't even hesitate. He went right into, like, what happened. I was like, dude, that's a Marine story. Some guys would be, like, shuffling their feet, kicking rocks down below, well, you know, things happen when you're drinking. No, Luby was like, man, I'll fucking tell you, I almost died. No shit, there I was, minding my own fucking business. Fell off a banister. No, so shit like that happened, and that was cool to kind of be part of in the armory. We had kind of some camaraderie there, and battalion armorers were badass. They were great and fun to work with.
Yep.
They seemed to like us for some reason.
And we always enjoyed being the last one left for the day. Or if we had to do any type of company or battalion event, we were always the last. You always had to hustle up and run up.
Shit didn't close until we gave a sight count.
Always run back when you guys were walking back, and so although we enjoyed it. So
yeah. So if you guys were waiting on word that Libo commenced, we were the assholes that you were waiting on.
Yeah.
We gave the word, and Gunny would make the call. Go ahead and go.
Sight count up. Oh yeah. And like I said earlier, and most time it was. So it was always up. So, Gunny, if you're...
I think the statute of limitations has run out. We could say sometimes we fudged it. We can be like, hey, if I'm not on, IRR anymore, they can't do shit to me.
I'm retired. You can't touch me.
Yeah, look, man, I fucking... Hey, actually, that's something we should talk about. The reunion.
Yeah.
That was a 3-1 association gig.
Yeah, that was fun.
Them and what was the group that ran it called?
It's actually on the front of my book.
Do you have it? See if you can find it, because I don't want to. I wing a lot.
WRF.
WRF.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry. WRF. Yeah.
Warrior Reunion Foundation.
Yeah.
Does that sound right?
Yep. Right on the front of my Yeti.
If that's not right, I'm sorry. WRF. Okay.
Yep.
So it's Warrior Reunion Foundation. Back in April?
Yep.
We went to Texas. A very generous, humble individual donated some land.
With a lot of folded money.
Was very, very gracious, very cool. He wanted nothing more other than to come sit with us and have a couple beers every night and listen to our stories.
This is my sitting barn.
That dude, yeah, he seriously had a barn basically just for hanging out.
A sitting barn.
And he had like a stage production. It was cool. Really, really a cool venue. And I am horrible about doing things later. Like somebody, you'll send me a link or something and I'll say, yeah, I'll check into it.
Yeah,
it may be a month before I look at it.
Oh, I know for that for sure.
I'm just horrible at like committing time right then and there to actually delve into something.
Did you get my text? Most likely.
Yeah, probably. If it's in my phone, it's there. Did you read it? Well, no, probably not.
No, I'll get it. I'll get it that later.
So,
in his defense, he's an idiot.
I am sometimes. My phone is smart. I don't have to be. So I pull up the WRF thing. We're supposed to go do this and give a like an after action report and kind of help them out, know what to do better next time, tell them what they did great this time. I did not do that.
I did.
So if you're WRF guys and you're watching this, I'm terribly sorry, and you did everything right. It was 100% badass. It was better than I could have imagined. There was a few days there where I think I even told you I kind of waffled on, what am I really going to go for? Like, I mean, all the people that are signed up are probably guys that really don't remember me, or I don't remember anyway. Why am I going? If you're in that position and you have a chance to do something like this, don't hesitate, man.
Roy Whitener. Roy Whitener.
Roy D.
You better be in the next one. I was looking forward to seeing you.
Yeah, but hey, he friended me on Facebook right after it was done. Didn't give a shit to show up and see me.
Roy Whitener.
With his Stallone voice and cigarette right before a...
Freaking awesome.
Oh, yeah.
I was like,
all
joking aside, one of the strongest dudes I've ever seen.
Oh, yeah.
He's like, if he could smoke during the PFT, he would have done it and still smoke checked 3/4 of the percent.
Oh, 100%.
How did you even do that? Good piece of gear.
It made me think I should start smoking because I never came anywhere near what he did. He was like 3 times my age.
I enjoy. I don't think I can plug anything. I enjoy a good. What do you call it? What do kids call it? Cheese? Dip. It's dip.
I don't know what the kids call it.
The kids call it today.
They'd probably call it cancer.
Yeah.
You shouldn't touch it.
Yeah. Well, only time I smoke is when I'm on fire.
They're smoking pipes.
Hey, what do you guys think of our camp? Exceeding the bugs away.
They're
Except for the
fireside chat.
freaking gnat that flew down my throat. But
Yeah, and obviously didn't keep those fuckers away.
Nope.
We could turn that light on too if we need to. If that gives us some better lighting.
Oh, by the way, this podcast is brought to you by beer.
So what's for dinner?
What else? How we doing on time?
And we got a lot of shit up. We were totally good on time. We were seriously like 20 minutes in this, maybe.
Really?
That, whatever the hell that
Like a
fauna is in the tree should fucking die.
Cicada.
Well, that shit too.
Well, I really don't know how we can talk about
Like,
it.
nature's awesome until it's not convenient.
Well, everybody likes stuff. Just like rules, everybody
Just
wants
everybody
rules.
likes stuff.
Everybody likes stuff.
Everybody's a fan of stuff.
Things.
Man, I don't know. You might see, I don't think, they're being pretty good at it. I'd say you might see my dogs run by at some point, in which case.
I'm actually surprised they're up here already.
Yeah, I don't know. What else we got, man? We've talked a little bit about kind of, I guess, our history with 3-1. Maybe we should talk about like what we've done since.
Okay, yeah, cool.
I mean,
you go first.
I'm not going to name,
Yours will be easy.
I'm not going to name the name because I don't know if I'm allowed and I don't particularly
You work
give a
for a
shit.
major diesel engine producer.
Yes.
There we go.
I work in machining for a major diesel engine manufacturer. For now.
But see, doesn't your Facebook page say you work for that?
I don't know if they do or not. I don't care. I know I'm not throwing it on here in case somebody watches because I'll probably say something about them at some point and vent and give my 2 cents on something dumb they did that day.
You go ahead. I'm going to turn the light on.
Yeah, see how that works. Maybe, I don't even know if it'll do anything. That light's kind of like an old fisherman light. Nope, other side. Over there, yeah, the first one. There you go. I don't know if that's going to help us or not.
Yeah, it's going to help us.
Okay, well, hopefully that helps.
All right, you got some
If it doesn't,
shot. I got to check the
You
shot.
should totally just walk around the camera. That'd be cool.
I am. Well, yeah, walk. Oh, yeah, that's good.
Okay, we're good. Johnny says we're good, so we're good. What else?
Yeah, when it comes to podcasts, I'm the expert.
Well, I listen to a lot of them. That's about it. Let's see. We got... So I did that. I've basically been working there since. Like any veteran, I've had a failed marriage. Got an awesome daughter out of the situation.
Yeah, you did.
Sweetheart. That's something we both got in common. We both got awesome daughters. And
failed marriages.
And failed marriages. But I've only got one,
We'll
so I
get
got
to me
some
in a
catching
minute.
up to do. Yeah, no, just bought this house last year. Through the VA loan deal. And
Y'all can't see the label on this, but you gotta want to
what the hell did I use? I used man, I went straight on full vet route. Like I used USAA for insurance. I used Veterans United for my home loan.
You're a freaking veteran commercial.
I straight up said, hey man, I'll embrace all this silly shit. And it worked. I mean, I'm not complaining about any of it. It just amazed me that I was always so anti the veteran stuff for a long time. And then became the stereotype camo hat with a flag on it and beard and all that kind of, what is it, Terminal Lance type bullshit.
Facial hair.
Yeah, facial hair.
No tattoos though.
No tattoos. I made it through my whole career, as short as it was, without getting tattoos. I thought about a lot of them. I'll go ahead and give you one now if you're in still and you want to watch and you want to like get beat the shit out of in the Marine Corps. Not that they do that, I'm sure, but you want a good one? Get a moto tag. You can claim it's moto. I had a way of claiming it was moto. I didn't know if it was gonna work. You grab me one of those?
Yeah.
I didn't want any kind of Marine tat on me, but I had an idea. I don't care. Thank you, sir. I had an idea that I wanted a Molotov cocktail with a burning Marine Corps flag as the fuse. And I was going to say my motivation was about to explode. It was so motivating that's why I have the Marine Corps flag on fire. But then I thought I'm still going to get my ass beat for burning a Marine Corps flag even though it's a fucking drawing.
Yeah.
I thought it would have been amazing. Because at one point I was just...
It's a good thing you deferred.
Yeah, maybe. But again, I wasn't some people that we knew, and I wasn't going to take off my damn shirt at every opportunity. You're welcome again.
For those of you eating.
Or drinking. Well, I think go ahead, Johnny. What do you got?
Me? All right. Fine. All right. Like I said earlier, I retired in 2013. I got out. Did the private security thing for about 17 minutes. Come to find out that when I wanted to, was all ready to go, heading back toward overseas with, I'm not going to name the company, but I will say these trees have them. If you see 3 of them, these trees have them. So, anyway, you figure it out, right?
I don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
Like, private security company, contractors.
Yeah.
Trees have, I'm not going to name the company, but if you have 3 trees, and each tree has a top canopy.
Oh, okay, true.
Anyway,
okay, gotcha. I don't know the names of these damn contracting companies.
Anyway, so didn't end up come to find out, talking to a couple buddies of, they're already there. Like when you call for fire, it won't, not call for fire, but call for support, it won't show up. And I go,
yeah, you're on your own.
Yeah, the money's good, the insurance, not so good. There's a reason for that. So back out of that, end up going back to school for a little bit. Got my degree in criminal justice, got into contractor security, which is stateside. Ended up being the director of community service, director of security for HOA and stuff like that. That was pretty cool. Account manager, got a gig with account manager for a major clothing, apparel, shoe company. End up going to work for them. Not going to name the company, just like I don't know if I can say it or not, but I will say it. They use the moniker Protected House, so their hat's somewhere around here. That's here by accident. I'm not necessarily plugging anybody. Been working for them ever since. I was in California, got an opportunity to move to Tennessee. Had like 10 days to get there. That was no problem for a Marine, because just grab your gear and go. I just had my stuff sent for me. Ended up buying a house a year or so ago. Have a beautiful girlfriend who also works for the same company. She's at the house right now. She texted me. She's at home eating pizza, wishing I was there. I don't know if I can take any more pizza, but few dogs, good house, good property, great job, good friends, you guys, and the one sitting next to me, your support system. We'll talk about support system. We hope to have somebody on here, hopefully in the future, talking about the VA, all the good parts about it. When I did, I really didn't have any negative experiences with it. Every VA, just like every hospital or any entity on its own, has its good points and bad points, depending on location, if it's something of inequality. So hopefully we can get that guy on. Hopefully he's listening. You don't know who we're talking about. He's on the Go Hate Yourself 3-1. He was the one doing the rolling. We'll reach out to you later for on that piece. So
if we ever do a VA type episode, I'm gonna let you just run with it because I've never.
Yeah, absolutely.
The one experience I had with the VA locally was horrible.
Yeah.
But I've never done a
most people that
medical.
all you ever hear about is the horrible things about it. And I've had, fortunately for me, my current job offers me the opportunity to use my insurance through the company. They have a great insurance plan. So, but in the time it took, even the transition was pretty easy. Bought a house using the VA loan. That's pretty much, once you get underwriters and stuff like that, it's pretty easy. These are all things that I could help somebody out with. If you want to buy a house or looking to transition careers or picking up and moving, I'm definitely a duty expert in that. So, two failed marriages, I win. And same thing with Murph, a beautiful daughter out of it. She actually, she's back in school now, living up in Washington State. She joined the Army, ended up getting out messed her back up pretty bad. And but the Army took care of her. So, and in those cases, so when my first wife passed away, I was still in the Marine Corps, and the Marine Corps took care of me in the city. So wasn't necessarily, I guess you could say, I guess that's failure, but not gonna get too much into that. So this is a happy, fun time podcast. So I'll beat myself up later.
Yeah, I don't think there's gonna be a whole lot of crying vets on this one.
No. We want to.
And if there is, we'll promptly kick them the fuck off.
Cool. You're not a guy.
Yeah. I was told there's only a couple rules, and we already went over those, so I think we're good.
Fighting it the whole time, so doing pretty good.
Well, I don't.
Hey, just like at work. So I don't necessarily cuss at work.
Here's the thing: we're going to be slightly more polished than we normally are here. I mean, slightly. If you want the full 100% full Brunel Murph or Johnny, holler at us on the phone. We'll give you everything we got.
They check our other podcast too if they want.
We just recorded that one. Yeah. We haven't even published it yet.
We'll put the link out on for a while.
Something.
It'll be on one of our pages.
Yeah, we'll publish it.
For those of you that want to reach out on Facebook, you can find me under Johnny Lassiter and under Instagram at NC for Shore. That's North Carolina for Shore. You can find Corey under Corey Murphy on Facebook and at Murph News on Instagram. I don't. Johnny doesn't tweet, so.
I got Twitter, but it's only to follow people that I shouldn't. And to troll PETA.
Yeah.
Because those are fun. That's not heavy breathing from some cool ass call girl right now. That's my fucking dog that should have stayed downstairs.
She wore herself out. Violet. Perfect.
That's how you turn it off?
Violet.
Okay.
It's temporary. It's like a.
So the idea is that like I said, Commander's Intent, right? We've been tasked with publishing about one of these a month.
So hopefully it's good enough, and they will. I don't know. I don't think this one's bad, but there's going to be different subject lines. Hopefully they get better, I guess. So hopefully there's not too much of a dumpster fire because we are enjoying ourselves. So we will have the ability. We're going to get that set up where we can actually have people call in. We'll schedule those, and of course it's going to be edited and aired out like that, so it won't be technically live. It'll be live to us. But
we will take feedback as long as it's not something like, go hang yourself or some shit.
Yeah, because I'm not going to do that.
I'm not going to do that. I don't care who you are.
I have a pretty good life, so.
I had an ex-wife, so I can tune out a lot of fucking negative shit. But I think that it's one of those things that if you got something you want us to talk about or some constructive criticism, hey, move it here, do it here, whatever. Tell your stupid dog to stay downstairs, whatever. We'll take heed to that advice. The idea eventually is to do it at Johnny's house and then another month at my house. I need to clean my garage out and we'll do it down there and we'll actually create kind of a studio look. Right now, this was just hey, we went and did some ruck workouts in town. We had a couple beers. We thought we'd come out here and kick one of these out. If this is not the atmosphere for it and it looks like shit, we might scrap the whole thing. I don't know what'll happen, but the idea is that this is what you're going to get wherever we're at. We'll kind of try to throw one together. Even if it's there might be one where we do it at a trailhead on a hike or something.
Yeah,
You know, on a tailgate. Who knows what'll happen? I don't know. Do you know?
Not yet.
We don't know. Two wild and crazy guys. See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
No, I don't know. But we're not really tied to any specific idea. But ultimately, it'd be nice to have kind of a setup. If you're a fan of podcasts at all, you've seen many a podcast that just kind of wing it, which is what I've done my whole entire life. And then you've seen some that are a little more polished and, you know, maybe have something serious going, and we're probably not that one.
Yeah, I don't think we'll ever be polished. But we are what we are. Anyway, so let's go ahead and wrap it up.
Wrap it up?
Let's wrap it up.
No save grounds?
Final no save. and the caveat off the lieutenant. I want to
piggyback.
I want to piggyback on what the
We're gonna have to throw some of that kind of dumb shit in there every now and then.
Caveat.
God, man.
Piggyback. No save round.
Stupid company office meetings sometimes.
Hey, that'd be a good name for the podcast. No save round.
No save grounds. Deltex.
I like Deltex.
I like either one. We'll let Micah and Chad decide.
Do you have anything to declare?
That's right. No contraband.
Yeah.
So we're going to go ahead and slip off here, and y'all do with this what you want. Like I said, hit us up either at murphnuge@gmail.com, or what's your email? Whatever one you can give out, or do you just want them to PM you on Facebook or Instagram?
Just PM me on Facebook. I have 3. And you can reach me at MAR_, actually MAR0369 Raiders, because that's the last one I had, because when I got out, I was with a boat company, @gmail.com.
And maybe title it something like podcast some shit. Either your podcast sucks,
hash brown
shit. So yeah, hash brown.
Hash brown.
Waffle House, all some other and whatnot. Just hit us up on there and let us know what you're thinking. Because otherwise, and I'll probably read it later. I'm not going to get right on it. But
we'll leave you with that.
So we're going to leave it at that. We're out. So cheers, and remember your
one save round.
Oh,
Ian Smith, where are you? Call us.
The easiest Marine to find anywhere.
Bring some food out. See if he comes. All right, that's it.
And remember, your weapon is still not fucking clean.